Hey guys, well, what do I got here? I have a what do I have? I have a computer here that's not letting me in, and I've got into the system. I did a short vid on this already because it doesn't want to let me in because of the password. The thing is, it did originally turn on, but then when I turned it off to turn it back on again, it wanted the password and won't let me back in. So a friend of mine gave me a copy of 10. This is a copy that they use like in like Yale, you know, where there's hundreds of thousands of computers. So it's not one of those free copies, but it's like an unlocked copy, I guess you call it. However, this won't boot off of that because of the drive that it's in. So I tried to change it by going into the BIOS. Now here I am. Use the up-down arrow keys to move the pointer in the desired boot device to the desired boot device. Right now it's on internal hard drive. The second choice is CD, DVD, CD, reader, writer drive. It has nothing to do with the thumb drive. Now it does say card bus, NIC, which I have no idea what that is. Now if I go down to BIOS and go into there, and if I go down to boot sequence, it shows 1 disk drive, 2 internal hard drive, 3 USB storage device. And then it tells me this is a list. This list specifies the order in which the BIOS reaches the device, searches for the device and tries to find the operating system, only that device that are preceded, particularly device bootable. Now, if I enter, it goes over to that. Down here it says use the up-down selector and to move whatever I want to be first. Well, that's where I'm having a problem here, because if I go to number 3, space bar. Oh, maybe it's my son again. We were trying to talk and it kept shutting down. Alright, so here's where I'm at with this. I just have to get that to number 1, but I can't figure out how to get it up there because it won't let me. If I hit the space bar, it turns it off. If I move this up or down, it doesn't take it with it. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it move so I can get this to a number 1. Because even if I hit this and make it 0 and then push number 1, it won't do it. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, let me back out of this. Let me shut it down for now. It's going to get ready and go in. Let me unplug it. Unplug. Turn off some of this stuff. I do have to get the sander out, however. I'm not going to do it now. I don't know if I'll use the sander. Maybe I'll just do it by hand. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Turn that off. there's a little bit of glue here and a little bit there. And it's just enough to where it gets in your way when you're trying to write. I tried to wipe it off with acetone and it wouldn't come off. So I'm thinking about just sanding that off a little bit to smooth it off. Alright, other than that, what do we got going here? Oh, where's that radio? Here it is. Let me turn this off. Put this back up here in the charger. Now that should be on a timer. Or did I not put it on a timer? I don't remember now. Now it's charging. Alright, I gotta put a timer on that. I have it over there. Okay, so here's what I did so far. Let me turn this light on. I do have to change this light. I want to put another fluorescent light over here. I may even move it right over to here. Okay, so this is the books that are on the radios that are in here. These are all the connecting cables. This is an FC50, which is an automatic antenna tuner. This hooks up to the Yaesu 891, which is down here. This is the 891. So these two go together. Here, let me put you here. Hold on. No, that's not good. That's not good. I know what I can do. Hold on a minute. Oh, that's too high. There we go. Okay, this is the 851. This here, this comes off, and this slides into here. Hey, baby. Okay, so, meanwhile, here's where we're at. This is the 891. This is the control head for the 891. This, when you buy it, comes in here. This little bracket isn't on there. This is all together as a radio, and it looks like a radio at that point. So this and this. This is an HF rig. So this covers all kinds, 10 meters, 40, 20s, and so on and so forth. So this is basically the same thing as those big radios that I have in there. So that's what this one is. So that is the HF rig. This is the tuner for that rig. Now that has a built-in antenna tuner. However, the antenna tuners that are built in will get it down some, but it's not going to take it down. I'm thinking, well, let's say hypothetically 1-to-1 is a good match. I actually like a 1-2, 1-3, 1-5. 1-to-1 to me is good, but I prefer it to be a couple above that. But meanwhile, and you start going over a certain SWR, like a 2-to-1, now then you're starting to tax the radio a little bit. 3-to-1, still taxing, and so on and so forth. Well, the internal tuners, the internal antenna tuners, will normally bring it down to about a 3-to-1, which I don't care for 3-to-1 too much. It's okay for some short key up with low power, but personally I don't care for that. I want to see it at least 2 or below. I like to see it 1.5, 1.4, 1.3, and that's where the external comes in. This kind of takes over where that doesn't. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually going to put it down where you want it, but it does mean that you have a little bit extra there. That's why a lot of people like automatic tuners, not automatic, manual tuners, like that MFJ I have in there. But even some of the newer automatic tuners are starting to get a little bit better as they go along. There's another one out there, I think it's called LDC, LCD, something like that. I've been hearing some good reports on that one. All right, now this is the Yaesu 2-meter 440, which is the 400. and that's this one. Now again, when you buy this, this is what you get. This normally doesn't come there, but it does come with a bracket, and it comes with a cable to reach from here to here. If you want the longer cable, if I remember right, I had to buy that so that I can put this further. This would, oh wait a minute, it did come with a cable, so you can put this under the dash or under the seat, and this can just go on the dash. So, but this is the control unit for this. This is a 2-meter 440. This is kind of redundant when it came to the 2-meter system, because I had the ICOM 2300, yeah, 2300 in there in the van, which I also have one here. And then if we come over here, we have the 2-meter 440 antenna. Now this is a mobile antenna. However, I can make this work as a base antenna. All I need to do is bolt this to something to represent a car. It needs a ground plane, basically. I don't think this one here is self-grounding. Probably not. I forgot, to be honest with you. But this does 2-meter 440, which is 144 to 440. This one I don't think lays down. No, the one on the back of the truck lays down. It's got a lift-in lay mount, which is nice for that reason, but it's also a connection that you can have problems with. You know, things that are permanent are usually best. But if I can bolt this to something, actually I do have something out there I bet it'll work. So we'll try that tomorrow. I'll hook it up, we'll put an analyzer on it, and if it works, this is going to go out there. And it's not that big, so we should be all set. Actually, you know what I can do with this? If you remember right, when I was on the roof, I got that vertical antenna, and I have all those wires coming down, it makes it look like a spider. Well, if I connect to one of those wires, it'll connect to all those wires, because those wires are all connected together. So I can connect this to that, and that spider web thing can also be used for this. I don't know if that would interfere with the HF rig or not, but meanwhile, that's a plan too. So let me put this in here, or over here. Now I also have the Moto antenna, which is this one. Now this antenna is an HF antenna. This antenna is the one that goes to the HF rig over there, the 891. This will cover just about everything on HF that I needed to cover anyway. And it comes with a grounding cable so that I can use it on the shop here if I want. And I have a 13-foot extension for it, which is nice. So this antenna is going to be put out there someplace, and it's not really an antenna that you can really notice. You're not going to notice this thing out there. So that's a good one to have too. So that's where we are with that. Then I have the other fuse box. I do have to put a jumper in out there though. These are the little jacks. There's two of them here. I don't want to lose them. And these are for the microphones. These plug into the radio, the control, and or the head. Most of the time it goes into the control unit, and then you plug the mic into this. So that's good, so you can have this near you so you're not yanking on the mic cord, especially in the wintertime, because you start yanking on a mic cord in the wintertime, you start breaking wires. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. We're pretty well set. The only thing that's still in the truck, which I'm going to get out right now, is the extension for this. So now that I thought about it, I'm going to go get it so I have an idea what the hell it is that I need. Hold on a minute. Let me turn you off. Let me go get it. And then, all right, now this I never used. This is still in a sealed pack. I actually don't remember. Oh, the wire's out there too. The wire's nothing great. It's just a piece of black wire. So But I got that out there as well. I forgot to bring it in, but again, not a big deal. It's one of those things, ow, if I lost it, I'm not losing much. Now, let me get the tape off of this. Come on, where are you? There you are. It's actually a piece of Velcro. Now these kind of like are loaded, so they kind of like, there's a bungee cord in there. Now you can't drive with this on, but this is made so if you were stationary, I can screw this into here and then bring this up. And if I remember right, this takes the place of this. So I got to look into that just to make sure. I don't want to do something that that's not going to be right. Never using it, I'm not sure. But it is made to collapse, so you can carry it around with you. I'm not going to collapse it all the way because I'm going to be opening it up again anyway. But I believe this is part of the antenna instead of this. Again, I'm not totally sure. Yeah, I don't think it extends this. I think it takes the place of this. So that's basically where we're at, guys. Let me turn this down this way because I don't want this to poke somebody in the eye. And then tomorrow we'll get back and do what we got to do. All right, so now what do I got to do now? Well, what I want to do is I got to clean the cameras because the cameras are a little dirty out there. So I need to get a little bit of soap. But let me shut down because I'm going to turn you off right now. Well, you can walk around with me if you want as I shut down. Turn that one off. Turn that one off. Let me walk through here just to make sure. Okay, that's done. I still have to put some of that there into the fuel tank out there. Come around here. Turn this off. The battery charger just kicked on, so that's good. I'm going to actually take this one off. I'm done playing with that one. Here, let me put you there for 1 minute. Let's see how this one works. I don't think these batteries are going to be worth trying to save. We'll see. Let it sit overnight, see what happens. Okay. Oh, that's right. I need to get some soap. I needed to get some soap. Glass cleaner. No. What's this? No. That's upholstery cleaner. I want soap. I don't want any of this stuff. I want something that has some foam. Do I not have any soap? What do I gotta do? Go in the house? Come on, this is crazy. Whoops. What a mess. What a mess. Sooner or later we'll get this right. I made this for my son to see if he wanted it, but since all this shit's happened, I haven't seen him. It's getting dusty out here, but I think I showed you guys this. I made a little mountain in there. Here. I made the mountain out of plaster of Paris. I took some plastic pieces of tree I had and put that in there. I made the waterfall out of silicone and dye. I made a little fire. I got little people. I put a little water down there. I got little twigs. And I Made the fire in a leaning post. I made that little boat out of a piece of wood. I made the sail. There's a little guy in there. I made the sail out of green screen material. This is the back side. You can see more about what I did. Now you can't pick it up by this because that's just held on there with the rubber gasket, because you got to be able to take this off if you want to change the battery. But haven't seen him because of all that's going on. So I don't know if he wants it or not. If he doesn't, you know what? Maybe I should just bring it in the house, so at least it won't be getting all screwed up. Let me bring it over here for now. And I'll remember to bring it in the house. Let me turn off the main power.